Let's walk on the wise path.
In a world filled with distractions, anxieties, and constant worries, the timeless wisdom of Albert Camus beckons us to rediscover the art of living in the present moment. Camus, the renowned French-Algerian philosopher and writer of the 20th century, presents us with a unique perspective on life, one that invites us to embrace the absurdity of existence and find meaning and happiness right here, right now. In this journey, we will delve deep into Camus's profound philosophy, exploring the keys to living in the present and finding joy in every moment. Whether you're well acquainted with Camus or just embarking on this existential adventure, this guide will inspire you to make the most of your life and savor each moment as if it were a precious work of art. 1. The art of motivation. Albert Camus's philosophical musings have the power to reshape our perspective on life. He famously posed the question, should I kill myself or have a cup of coffee? While the idea of suicide is indeed a grave one, it serves as a powerful metaphor for the human struggle to find meaning in a world that often appears chaotic and devoid of purpose. Camus teaches us that motivation is the key to embracing life's uncertainties. It is the spark that ignites our spirit and sets us on a path of self-discovery and fulfillment. To truly live in the present moment, we must cultivate a motivation for living. It's about acknowledging our inner desire to push forward, to explore the uncharted territories of our existence, and to savor the richness of life's tapestry. This motivation becomes a declaration that, despite the struggles and hardships that we may encounter, we are willing to push on and make an effort to succeed. It signifies that our lives are worth living, and we are determined to overcome the hurdles that lie in our path. In a world where everything seems to move at breakneck speed, learning to take it slowly is essential for a fulfilling life. Camus reminds us that to embrace the present moment, we must take our time to savor it fully. This measured pace not only prevents us from falling into despair, but also allows us to extract the maximum enjoyment from each step of our life's journey. No matter how overwhelming life may appear, it's important to remember that within even the darkest moments, there is always a glimmer of hope. Even when our personal dreams seem distant or unattainable, we can find motivation in contributing to the well-being of others. A small act of kindness, a helping hand extended to those in need, or a charitable donation can provide a sense of purpose. It is in these gestures that we can create ripples of positivity, making the world a slightly better place. This should be reason enough to continue living and to fully enjoy the present moment. One of the most vital keys to experiencing the present fully is to learn the art of taking it slowly. It is in the unhurried, mindful approach to life that we find solace, even in the face of life's hardships. No matter how overwhelming life may seem, there is always a small ray of hope that can be our guiding light. It is this hope that keeps us motivated to continue living and savoring each moment, even when we encounter difficulties. In essence, Camus reminds us that our lives are worth living, and we have the power to embrace the present by cultivating patience, even in the most challenging circumstances. The journey to our goals and dreams takes time, and it is through this patient journey that we can fully enjoy the present and all its complexities. So, make that cup of coffee and take a moment to savor it. It is a declaration that you are willing to press on, regardless of the obstacles, and that life is worth living. 2. Embrace your authentic self. Albert Camus astutely observed, man is the only creature who refuses to be what he is. In a world where conformity often takes precedence over individuality, we frequently find ourselves molding our identities to meet the expectations and desires of others. This conformity sacrifices our true selves in the process, leading to a sense of disconnection from our genuine identity. To live in the present moment fully, we must reject conformity and embrace our authenticity. The impact of social media and the insatiable desire for external validation are particularly relevant in our modern era. Finding your true self requires self-awareness, mindfulness, and a willingness to disconnect from the digital world. Spending time observing the world around us, such as watching clouds drifting across the sky, can help us reconnect with our core identity. Camus was a philosopher of rebellion, and his words urge us to take ownership of our individuality and fight against the norms imposed upon us. To live authentically in the present moment means rebelling against the constraints that society attempts to place upon us. It entails defying the expectations of conformity and embracing our uniqueness. In today's world, the pressure to conform has been amplified by social media. We often find ourselves living for the approval of others, posting content on platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok based on what we believe will garner likes and validation from our peers. To return to our true selves, we need self-awareness, mindfulness, and the courage to spend less time attempting to fit into others' expectations. To truly be who we are, we must understand that our worth is not defined by our occupation, our appearance, or the standards imposed by society. These external measures often become intertwined with the absurdity of existence that Camus so eloquently described. To counter this absurdity, we must rebel against it. We can rebel by doing the opposite of what everyone else does, by acting in ways that are more aligned with our true selves. For example, if your company organizes a party that you despise attending, don't feel compelled to go merely to conform to the expectations of others. Instead, make the choice that reflects who you truly are. Go home and spend quality time with your family, or engage in activities that you genuinely enjoy. Rebelling against societal norms, especially those that are contrary to your true self, is essential for living in the present moment and finding authenticity. 3. Live intensively. Albert Camus introduced the concept of the absurd, which encapsulates the idea that human existence takes place in a purposeless and chaotic universe. Yet, remarkably, Camus believed that life, despite its inherent absurdity, is worth living. To live in the present moment intensively is to embrace the inherent conflict between our desire for meaning and the indifference of the world. It is about forging our own path, finding meaning, and fighting for something greater than ourselves. Camus emphasized that the greatness of a person is determined by their willingness to fight against something greater than themselves. To live life intensively, we must set ambitious goals and fight for them with unwavering determination. It's not enough to settle for pedestrian objectives. We must aim for something that ignites our passion and enthusiasm. Living intensively is about wholeheartedly pursuing our dreams, even in the face of life's absurdity. For instance, instead of aspiring to be a good medical doctor, set your sights on becoming the best in your area or even the entire country. The mere thought of reaching the pinnacle of your field should fill you with excitement and motivate you to give your all in every present moment. Although, in the grand scheme of things, life is ultimately devoid of intrinsic meaning, choosing to remain on the front lines and persistently fighting for something greater than ourselves allows us to live the present moment to the fullest. Camus's philosophy encourages us to seize life with both hands, face the absurdity of existence head-on, and create our own meaning. The more meaning we create, the more intensively we can rebel against the indifferent world. To live intensively means wholeheartedly embracing the conflicts and complexities of life, as they are the very essence of our existence. It's about engaging in the ongoing battle against the absurd and finding purpose in the present moment. By setting ambitious goals, striving for greatness, and relentlessly pursuing our passions, we can live each moment with boundless enthusiasm. 4. Live like a rebel. Camus asserted, the only way to deal with an unfree world is to become so absolutely free that your very existence is an act of rebellion. True freedom lies in rebellion against injustice and oppression. Whether we are rebelling against societal norms, challenging corrupt systems, or advocating for our rights, it is through these acts of rebellion that we regain our freedom. In a world that often imposes restrictions and limitations, it is essential to understand that freedom is not a given, but a hard-fought right. The rights we enjoy in free democracies were not simply granted, they were achieved through the tireless efforts of our predecessors. To preserve and truly live in the present moment, we must remain vigilant, constantly pushing back against attempts to curtail our freedoms. Camus recognized the moral dilemma of respecting authority figures solely out of fear. Such respect, he argued, is morally reprehensible. It requires us to compromise our values and principles to avoid unpleasant consequences. In the workplace, for example, yielding to unethical demands from a boss is a form of surrendering one's moral stance. It erodes the partnership between employers and employees, reducing the workplace to a master-slave relationship. To live as a rebel is to take a stand for our values, morality, and principles. It means being present in each moment, observing the world around us, and responding to injustices as they arise. Whether in the workplace, the community, or society at large, we must challenge and rebel against anything that violates our moral code. Rebellion is an essential component of living in the present. It is a constant, ongoing act that preserves our freedom, defends our values, and allows us to remain authentic in our beliefs and actions. To truly savor the present moment, we must embrace our inner rebel and stand up for what we hold dear. 5. Focus on practical things. Camus's character Mersault in The Stranger famously proclaimed, "I had only a little time left, and I didn't want to waste it on God." Mersault's assertion encapsulates the essence of practicality and the rejection of the intangible or the supernatural. Instead of dwelling on religious beliefs or hypothetical afterlives, Mersault chose to focus on practical, real-world matters. Camus's philosophy urges us to face life's challenges head-on, without relying on the supernatural or superstitious beliefs. Whether it's dealing with a loved one's illness or addressing personal and professional obstacles, the key is to focus on finding practical solutions in each present moment. Instead of spending our time in prayer or wishful thinking, we should direct our efforts toward tangible actions. Camus believed that faith, in the sense of a belief in God, was a form of philosophical suicide. It defied rationality and sought to provide meaning beyond the scope of reason. To confront the absurdity of existence, one must immerse themselves deeply in life, grappling with its complexities and moral dilemmas without resorting to religious beliefs. Regardless of our personal beliefs, Camus's philosophy encourages us to be firmly anchored in reality. It emphasizes the importance of facing life's challenges and problems with practicality, rather than relying on supernatural or superstitious beliefs. When a loved one is gravely ill, for instance, practical solutions such as seeking medical help or consulting experts should take precedence over relying solely on faith. Living in the present moment involves addressing life's difficulties and joys as they arise, without invoking religious or supernatural beliefs. Instead, it calls for a practical and grounded approach, where real-world actions and solutions are prioritized. 6. Accept the unpredictability of life. Camus reminded us that you can't create experience, you undergo it. Life is unpredictable, and no matter how much we plan, it has a way of surprising us. We cannot control everything that happens, but we can control our reactions. To live in the present, learn to let go, have fewer expectations, and be flexible. Embrace the idea that you are not the creator of experiences. You are an explorer of life's unpredictable journey. Acceptance is the key to facing the absurdity of existence. Mersault, Camus's character, made peace with the indifference of the universe through acceptance. Whether it's personal challenges or global uncertainties, embracing life as it unfolds is the path to inner peace. Rather than fighting against life's unpredictability, learn to accept it with grace. 7. Find happiness in every phase of life. Camus's character, Jan, declared that autumn is a second spring when every leaf is a flower. In a world that glorifies youth and vitality, we often overlook the beauty of aging and wisdom. Embracing the present means finding joy in every season of life. Aging is not a decline. It's an opportunity to connect with your inner beauty and share your wisdom. No matter your age, there are still countless things to enjoy in life, from cherished moments with loved ones to the pride of your accomplishments. Every stage of life has its unique gifts. If you're in your later years, you're in the autumn of your life. By now, you likely have a sense of direction and a wealth of experiences. You can mentor the younger generation and leave a lasting legacy. Instead of lamenting the passing of youth, embrace the wisdom and opportunities that come with age. Albert Camus's philosophy encourages us to live life to the fullest, finding meaning and happiness in every moment, no matter how absurd existence may seem. His wisdom provides us with a roadmap to live in the present by cultivating motivation, embracing authenticity, living intensively, rebelling against injustice, focusing on practical matters, accepting life's unpredictability, and finding joy in every phase of life. As we journey through the complexities of modern existence, Camus's timeless insights inspire us to savor the present moment with all its imperfections and uncertainties. In doing so, we can truly live life as a work of art, finding fulfillment and happiness in every breath we take. So, let's raise our cups of coffee to the gift of existence as we embark on this profound journey of living in the present, guided by the wisdom of Albert Camus.